Now, before we can even get to all of these multiple streams, we got to understand that our business is like a tree. The foundation of that tree is you being a speaker and a consultant, you being a thought expert. There's different branches that go out to affiliate marketing or licensing or online courses, but you've got to have a stable foundation. And I want to help you build out that stable foundation. Welcome to the Speakers Room Live. My name is Evolve Benton, the Speaking for Profit coach. And today we are talking about how to diversify your income as a speaker and a consultant. And I'm excited about this conversation because y'all know I love to talk about money and income and revenue and how to really get financially free. So if you're listening right now, just go on and put hashtag live in the comments. If you're listening in the near and dear future, put hashtag replay. And then do me a favor, just go on and put in the comments where are you listening from, where are you watching from, what location are you at? Because I always love to see how far this information is going. I know a few weeks ago, we had someone here from South Africa. We've had folks here from New England, the UK. We've also had some folks here in the United States, Atlanta, Los Angeles, all these different places. So it's always good to know how far this message is going. I just want to thank you all for being here and using your most valuable resource, which is your time, to get into this conversation. So before we get into today's training, I just want to let you know that we do weekly live trainings. And if you're interested in learning more about how to monetize your message, how to monetize your expertise, just go on and text the word SPEAK to 323-405-9492, and you will be added to our list so that anytime we go live and we have a free training just like this one, you will be invited. Or if we have other opportunities to partner and collaborate with us, you will be put on that list. So go on and text the word SPEAK to 323-405-9492. So let's get into the conversation, right? Like how to diversify your income as a speaker and a consultant. And the reason I wanted to have this conversation with you all is I want you to understand that being a speaker and a consultant is an active business. You are traveling, or even if you're doing it virtual, like I'm doing right now, you're still in the present, right? And there's other ways that you can make money from those opportunities in order to get financially free a little bit quicker. And that's our ultimate goal at Speaking for Profit University, really supporting folks with not just building sustainable businesses, but being able to take that money to invest and get to financial freedom. So we're going to get into conversation about how to diversify your income. And before we get into that, I just want to know from the audience, y'all, like what topics do you speak about? And have you already started to diversify your income? Maybe there's some things that you're already doing. Go on and put that in the comments, right? Because I think other speakers and consultants need to see that as well. And we're a community, right? We're a community of folks who are really trying to support one another and help one another grow their income and grow their impact. And, you know, my goal as the Speaking for Profit coach is to help 5,000 diverse folks just like yourself get into the speaking industry and get paid high paid contracts, whether that is you going in and facilitating an amazing workshop, you doing a keynote, or someone bringing you in on a consistent basis on a residency at a retreat or at a conference or a summit. I really want you to be able to build sustainable income. And I want that for diverse folks, because when I first started doing this work and I did my research, and for folks who don't know, I have over 10 years of experience in diversity, equity, and inclusion. I started to really see the gaps, right? Really see the gaps in the industry and see that folks that look like you and I, right, are not there. And if we are there, we're not getting paid and compensated as much as other people. So that diversity within the field is at a minimum, and we want to bring it up. We don't want to just bring up the diversity. We want to also bring up the amount that we're getting paying, because I realize that when we are financially free, we are going to take that money to really build out systems that are going to create more sustainability for our communities, Black, Brown, LGBT, women of color, diverse communities, right? Folks of different abilities. It's going to create a space for that to really thrive, right? Because we could be more resourceful. And that's how I look at money. That's how I look at my income. That's how I look at revenue. It's like more resources to be able to create more lanes of freedom for me, my family, my loved ones, and the folks that are closer to me. So let's get into this conversation, right? How to diversify your income as a speaker and a consultant. So the first way to diversify your income is through books and publications. And I love this because I have a book. I don't have a copy of it right now. That would have been great to have during this presentation. But it's called Sir, Poetry Dedicated to Boyhood and Black Queer Love. And I've been able to utilize that book to hold different conversations around gender and gender diversity within the workplace, within educational backgrounds. And it's been really great, right? So I'll go in and maybe read some poems from the book. I also have a documentary that pairs with it so we can show a film. Or folks can just hear me speak, and then they're like, how can we support your work? And I lead them to the book. It's a great opportunity because you write a book one time and then you could sell it over and over and over again. And the interesting thing about it is, like, recently I've been thinking about writing another book because my book is supposed to be a 3-part series, right? Sir, Madam, Soul. And I haven't got to the other versions, but when I think about it, it's like I could roll with Sir for a cool minute and be okay. So for you who are writers, are interested in that, that's a path and a revenue stream that you can have, right? And even when you're going in to speak, it could be something that you include in your offer, or you could just ask the organization, hey, can I have an opportunity to set up a table after the event to be able to sell my books? Now, one thing I want you to think about, if you are going to do that, and I've done this, and this is why this is important, you've got to be able to play both sides of the coin. What I mean by that is, when you speak, after you speak, people want to be in conversation with you. They want to talk to you. They want to know about you. They might even want to hire you. So having that table where you're stuck behind can limit the way that you're able to follow up and get referrals from the speaking or consulting opportunity. So I suggest that if you do have an opportunity to sell books, maybe you bring your partner, you bring a friend, someone who could sell the books for you, sign them ahead of time, so that you really are set up for success. So books and publications, of course, are if you're putting an article, another, maybe you're co-authoring a book and you still get residual income from that. So that's the first way. The second way to diversify your income as a speaker and a consultant is online courses. And for my clients who might be watching this, y'all know I am a big component of what I call cloning yourself, right? Especially when we're doing work that is emotionally laboring, like diversity, equity, inclusion, or talking about gender, right? Some of that stuff can be really emotionally exhausting and a little taxing for us. So in order for us to not have to talk about it again and again and again, what we can do is we can build a course out that really talks about our core curriculum, our core principles, what we believe, right? And breaking it out and organizing it in a way where organizations or individuals can pay us to get that knowledge. And we just got to say it one time on camera, like I am right now. And then we could resell it over and over again to give people that information instead of going in organizations and speaking about it over and over again, and dealing with some of the emotional labor that comes from that. So I love an online course model, and I think that every speaker and consultant should have one, to be honest with you. Like, if you have a framework, if you have a mission, if you have something that you really believe in, if you have a strategy, if you have an expertise, it should be an online course that you can monetize, because there are times in your business and in your life where you may not want to work. Let's just be honest. You may not want to work. You may not want to do any labor, and that's okay. You might want to just chill out and take a break and go on vacation and do what you need to do for yourself, right? And I want that for you, right? So in order to really be able to do that, what you have to do is set up passive ways to make money. And an online course is not passive right away, but after you create it and you set up a system, it can be, right? And that's what's really great about that. So an online course is the second way to diversify your income and revenue as a speaker. The third way is consulting and coaching, right? And you could do this within a one-on-one platform or a group platform, and it can be really lucrative for you, right? Like, for instance, myself, I have a coaching program where I teach people how to find paid speaking and consulting contracts. It's called Speaking for Profit University. You are on the YouTube channel if you're watching now. Go on and like and subscribe, right? Like, go on and mash that button. So we have this space where I'm able to pass on my expertise to a group of people who are phenomenal and who already have expertise but need strategy to be able to do it. It's a coaching program. It's a group coaching program. It can be very lucrative. But then you could also do one-on-one coaching. And I've had some clients who've done like executive coaching with organizations where they're working with someone one-on-one, maybe working with a board or working with the CEO to really help them around strategy. And that's a great way to really build it in, because it's not as intensive as you working with a group. And oftentimes you can charge a little bit more when it's some one-on-one support. So coaching and consulting is another way to diversify your income. I'm going to give you two more, right? Two more ways to look at this. Actually, I'm going to give you three. I'm going to give you a bonus. So I'll give you three more, but let's just go over what we talked about before. We talked about books and publications, online courses, consulting, and coaching. Attention public speakers, coaches, and consultants. Ever dreamt of booking five-figure speaking and consulting contracts? In just 5 days, I'm teaching my tried and tested system to elevate your speaking and consulting business. Forget the cold emails, bypass the salesy pitches. This challenge is about building genuine high value connections. And here's a promise I have for you. With a commitment of just 1 to 2 hours a day for 5 days, you're going to witness transformative results. On day 1, you'll learn how to craft a business strategy without cold emails or paying to speak. Day 2 is all about you redefining your profile to attract decision makers ready to invest in your expertise. By day 3, you'll have your very own 5-figure sales system to turn contacts into clients. By day 4, we will have you automating your funnel with proven templates and scripts. And day 5, I'm going to teach you how to master the art of discovery calls with a step-by-step checklist and exclusive 5-figure sales secrets. Whether you're just stepping onto the speaking scene or you're a seasoned pro, this challenge is tailor-made for you. I'm going to teach you the exact strategies that have helped me help my clients make over $2 million in the last 2 years. The journey to a thriving 5-figure speaking and consulting business begins with this challenge. So are you ready to redefine your limits, accelerate your growth, and bask in the limelight of your success? I want you to join the 5 Days to 5-Figure Speaking Challenge now. Let's rewrite your success story together. Simply head over to speakingforprofit.com. You're going to click that button that says 5 Days to 5-Figure Speaking Gigs so you can get started with the challenge. Can't wait to see you there. All right, now back to the show. So before we get into the other three that I'm going to give you for folks who might have just got on, I just want to make sure that you know what we're talking about. So we're talking about diversifying your revenue and income as a speaker and a consultant. And we do these amazing live trainings once a week. So if you want to be included in that and make sure that you don't miss one, go on and text the word SPEAK to 323-405-9492. And we'll be sure to invite you in the near and dear future. We will not spam you, right? We'll send it out when we have a new podcast episode. We'll send it out when we have a new training, but we're not going to be just hitting you up, right, for your money or for your coin, unless you want to invest in your speaking business and grow it with us and join, our core program or one of our memberships. We are totally open for that, but we are not using this to spam you. We're using this to inform you that there's knowledge out there and there's an opportunity for you to grow. So go on and text the word SPEAK to 323-405-9492. All right. So let's get into the last three, right? And I want you to really think about for yourself, when we get into this next one, how you can be utilizing this, especially if you are speaking all the time, right? Because when we're speaking all the time, we are not thinking about how we can leverage our content, and I know many of you are already doing this. Like maybe you already have an online course or you already have a digital product, but you're not thinking about this aspect of it, right? So the next way to diversify your income or revenue as a speaker and a consultant is through licensing out your content, right? And we talked about online courses. Online courses is one thing because it's on-demand content, which means consumer can go and buy. But when we license out our content, we give people an opportunity to utilize it for a shorter amount of time or a longer amount of time for the big bucks, right? So if you create some curriculum, or maybe you create an onboarding training for people who need to learn about diversity, equity, inclusion, or about how to be LGBT inclusive, an organization can license that out for you for $20,000, $30,000, $40,000, sometimes even $100,000 to be able to make sure that their staff members and their community members of that organization have access to that. And the cool thing about that is you create it once, you license it out, you get paid, and then you can have a conversation with them about renewing that license, which could be a great opportunity for you. And I love this because organizations need more training and development that is diverse, that's innovative, that's exciting. And I know so many of you have that. So why not give them an opportunity to license it out and really change organizations without burning yourself out, right? Because you can do so much training up front, but it's hard sometimes to go in, especially large organizations, and do that because everybody has a different schedule in different departments. But when you have training that you can license out, it makes it more accessible, and it also is a big bag that you can secure, right? So the fourth way to monetize your message is licensing, right? Licensing out your content. The next way to be able to diversify your income as a speaker and a consultant is through affiliate marketing, right? And I know that so many of you are using services every day. And I don't, I'm not political. Oh, I am political in a way, but I'm not political in a sense of like, I don't want you buying from certain places because I understand there's a privilege to say, I'm not going to buy from Amazon. I'm not going to buy from here. There's a privilege that's in that, right? Like some of us need that, right? But how many of y'all do? Go on and put that in the comments if you shop at Amazon. Go on and put Amazon in the comments, right? The reason I'm bringing this up is Amazon has an affiliate program. If you are purchasing from them, if you're purchasing from a product that you really like, makeup, hair, whatever it may be, maybe you're using a software like StreamYard, which I'm using right now, or maybe your online courses on a platform like Kajabi, which I love, you should have an affiliate relationship with them, which means that when you're creating content, you can put that information in your call to actions. You can put your free links in your newsletter or in the links in your bio, whatever it may be, to be able to make a little extra money from something that you like and share it with your community. There is so much power in affiliate income. Literally, I think we make in my business at this point, about almost $10,000, maybe more. I need to do the math. I haven't ran through our numbers for this year, but probably at least $10,000 a year comes from affiliate income. And we haven't even really started to open up in the ways that we plan to, but there's so much opportunity there. And what I love about affiliate income is it's not a lot of work. You're going to post, you're going to podcast, you're going to do the thing you're already doing. Now you're just putting in either a commercial or a little bit of a tad bit of why you love the thing that you already love and leading your amazing audience back to it. They're going to enjoy just as much as you do. You're going to get a kickback, and then they're going to learn how to be an affiliate and they're going to get a kickback too. So instead of us just giving money to Amazon, just giving money to Kajabi, just giving money to all these organizations, why don't we make a little bit of bread with them? Why don't we secure the bag with them, right, y'all? But that makes so much sense to me. So I love thinking about the power of affiliate income and how that can be a part of your income stream. And as y'all can see, the more we get into this conversation, I'm really trying to lead y'all to things that are less active and more passive. Less active and more passive, because financial freedom for me personally, and I want to model that for you, I want that for you as well, is not just about money, it's about the freedom of time. So when we're able to set these systems up, have affiliate income, have some licensing, have some online courses, this gives us ability to create something one time, build a strategy that markets it, and then step away from it and still make money from it. And that's what wealth is. When you're able to make money in your sleep, when you're making more money on a call, not from the call or not from the speaking engagement, but the things that are even going on in the background of your business. That's the kind of power I want for you. I want you to make money in your sleep. I want you to make money when you're working at somewhere else where it's still making money for you so you can continue to grow and get financially free. So let's talk about the last one, right? And there's many ways to do this, y'all. If y'all know some other ways that y'all are thinking about how you can diversify your income and your revenue as a speaker and a consultant, go on and put it in the comments. I want to see them, right? Because I know that like I am a genius in what has worked for me, but there might be some other things that have worked for you. And I want to know about it. And I'm sure that the community of amazing people who are watching this video with you want to know about it as well. And do me a favor, if you are picking up what I'm putting down and you're enjoying this conversation, you're watching us on YouTube, go on and like and subscribe. If you're not watching us on YouTube, you should be going over to our YouTube channel, following us, subscribing, liking, so that we can continue to build that. I think we're currently at the recording of this live, we're currently at about almost 300 subscribers, and I want to get to 500 by the end of the year. So any way that you can support that mission, I would truly appreciate it. So let's get into the last way that you can diversify your income as a speaker and a consultant. And the last way that you can do that, I love this concept personally because I think that is something that lives on forever. And it's actually something I used to do a lot more that I need to get more into, which is merchandise. And that could be mugs or water bottles, where we got the Speaking for Profit Academy water bottle right here. That could be notebooks, that could be sweaters or t-shirts. I got on a t-shirt from one of my coaches, Doug, action taker, right? Any type of merchandise or swag that you can have. And I love to get this where I can send it out, where I don't have to hold a lot of the material, because wholesaling is a lot. So any way that you can set up something through Spotify or Printify, whatever it is, to make it easier for you, I would suggest that. What I love about merchandise in particular is that often when we speak, right, we're so powerful, or when we're sharing poetry, or anytime we're sharing our voice or we're facilitating a space, people want to take some of that language with them, and people love to put it in merchandise. They love to have a shirt with a good saying on it. So one of the things that I talk about when I talk about gender expression and who I am, I say I'm boy, born obviously incredible, BOI, right? So we got hats that say BOI. Let me see. I think I got one right here, actually. We got hats that say BOI. We got t-shirts that say it, some hoodies and stuff like that. And it gives people an opportunity to support you and to continue to help you build your brand. So let's go through the list so you can recap. Get your notebook out if you didn't have it out before, right? On ways that you can diversify your income and your revenue, right? Because your income, right, is what you take home. Your revenue is what your business brings in, as a speaker and a consultant, right? So the first way, of course, is books and publications. Second is online courses. Third is consulting and coaching. Fourth is affiliate marketing. Well, I think fourth was actually licensing your content. Fifth was affiliate marketing. And then we talked about merchandise as well, right? Those are the ways that you can do that. All of these opportunities, y'all, require you to set up a system. They require you to set up some type of system. And in Speaking for Profit Academy, we support people with that. Now, before we can even get to all of these multiple streams, we got to understand that our business is like a tree. The foundation of that tree is you being a speaker and a consultant, you being a thought expert. There's different branches that go out to affiliate marketing or licensing or online courses, but you've got to have a stable foundation. And I want to help you build out that stable foundation, right? So, what we're doing in a couple of weeks is we're going to be hosting our 5 days to 5 figure speaking gigs challenge. And I want you to join. It's 5 days for you to commit to building out your 5 figure speaking plan. And maybe some of you have never been paid that much to speak. Maybe you haven't been paid to speak at all. Or maybe you have been paid to speak, but you're not sure how you can scale your business without stressing yourself out, without hiring people that end up charging you more than what you make. Whatever it may be, this place is for you. We spend 5 days talking about strategy. We talk about how to avoid people who ain't going to pay you, how to build out your offer blueprint, what problem you solve, your pricing. By the time you walk away from this challenge, you will have the strategies and the tools to be able to go at it. I just had someone hit me up and say, Evolve, I got a phone call with a decision maker next week who already asked me what my budget is, right? So this space is powerful and I want it for you. So if you're interested in joining us at the 5 days to 5 figure speaking gigs challenge, we're going to be doing that October 23rd. That's the first day. So we'll do it that week. And I want you to be there. I want you to show up. Just go on and put the word 5 in the comments and we'll reach out to you with that link so that you can go on and get registered. It's going to be an amazing event. And some of you who are watching today have already been in the challenge. And I'm thankful that you've been there. Right. And I ask you, if you've done it once, maybe you didn't complete all the days, go on and do it again. Join us again, because that accountability and a space to consistently show up is going to really be able to help you. Right. And I'm excited because this gives folks an opportunity to really understand the business model and the strategy behind it. I believe personally that the reason that there are not a lot of us, folks who look like us, who are high paid in the speaking industry, is because we don't know the business model. So I want to break that down for you and give you a simple strategy on how you can start to build out, get in conversation with decision makers, and ultimately book 5-figure contracts. So I hope that you will join us. This is an invitation for you. Go on and put the word five in the comments if you want to be there and if you're going to show up. So I hope today's training was helpful for you. If it was helpful, go on and let us know. I really wanted to talk about this because being a speaker and a consultant is so lucrative and profitable. And it's not just because you're a speaker, it's because you have the strategy to know how to leverage your brand. And I hope that that's something that you were able to learn today from our time together. So, again, if you're watching on YouTube, go on and like and subscribe. If you are just logging on, maybe a little bit late, go on and text the word speak to 323-405-9492, and you will be added to our training list. So, anytime we have a training, you will be invited. And if you want to get some game and you want to be coached by me for 5 days and really have a strategy that takes you into the next year to be a profitable speaker and a consultant, join us at the 5 days to 5-figure speaking challenge. And I'm going to share that link with you so you can go on and get registered. All right, folks, thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you. And until next time, peace.